Chapter 16, called Divine and Demonic Tendencies. Sri Krishna speaks. A man who is born with tendencies toward the divine is fearless and pure in heart. He perseveres in that path to union with Brahman, which the scriptures and his teacher have taught him. He is charitable. He can control his passions. He studies the scriptures regularly and obeys their directions. He practices spiritual disciplines. He is straightforward, truthful, and of an even temper. He harms no one. He renounces the things of this world. He has a tranquil mind and an unmalicious tongue. He is compassionate toward all. He is not greedy. He is gentle and modest. He abstains from useless activity. He has faith in the strength of his higher nature. He can forgive and endure. He is clean in thought and act. He is free from hatred and from pride. Such qualities are his birthright. When a man is born with demonic tendencies, his birthright is hypocrisy, arrogance, conceit, anger, cruelty, and ignorance. The birthright of the divine nature leads to liberation. The birthright of the demonic nature leads to greater bondage. But you need not fear, Arjuna. Your birthright is divine. In this world, there are two kinds of beings. Those whose nature tends toward the divine, and those who have demonic tendencies. I have already described the divine nature to you in some detail. Now you shall learn more about the demonic nature. Men of demonic nature know neither what they ought to do, nor what they should refrain from doing. There is no truth in them, or purity, or right conduct. They maintain that the scriptures are a lie, and that the universe is not based upon a moral law, but godless, conceived in lust, and created by copulation, without any other cause. Because they believe this, in the darkness of their little minds, these degraded creatures do horrible deeds, attempting to destroy the world. They are enemies of mankind. Their lust can never be appeased. They are arrogant and vain and drunk with pride. They run blindly after what is evil. The ends they work for are unclean. They are sure that life has only one purpose: gratification of the senses. And so they are plagued by innumerable cares, from which death alone can release them. Anxiety binds them with 100 chains, delivering them over to lust and wrath. They are ceaselessly busy piling up dishonest gains to satisfy their cravings. I wanted this, and today I got it. I want that. I shall get it tomorrow. All these riches are now mine. Soon I shall have more. I have killed this enemy. I will kill all the rest. I am a ruler of men. I enjoy the things of this world. I am successful, strong and happy. Who is my equal? I am so wealthy and so nobly born. I will sacrifice to the gods. I will give alms. I will make merry. That is what they say to themselves in the blindness of their ignorance. They are addicts of sensual pleasure, made restless by their many desires, and caught in the net of delusion. They fall into the filthy hell of their own evil minds. Conceited, haughty, foolishly proud, and intoxicated by their wealth, they offer sacrifice to God in name only, for outward show, without following the sacred rituals. These malignant creatures are full of egotism, vanity, lust, wrath, and consciousness of power. They loathe me and deny my presence both in themselves and in others. They are enemies of all men and of myself. Cruel, despicable, and vile, I cast them back again and again into the wombs of degraded parents, subjecting them to the wheel of birth and death. And so, they are constantly reborn in degradation and delusion. They do not reach me, but sink down to the lowest possible condition of the soul. Hell has 3 doors: lust, rage, and greed. These lead to man's ruin. Therefore, he must avoid them all. He who passes by these 3 dark doors has achieved his own salvation. He will reach the highest goal at last. But he who flouts the commandments of the scriptures and acts on the impulse of his desires cannot reach perfection or happiness or the highest goal. Let the scriptures be your guide, therefore, in deciding what you must do and what you must abstain from. First, learn the path of action as the scriptures teach it. Then, act accordingly.